What's happening, everybody? I wanted to put together a video talking about my ridge roller cart. I had mentioned it when I did a video about what's in my cart slash bag. So this is it. I play a pretty flat course for my home course, and carts seem to do very well there. I always had back issues from picking up a bag constantly and putting it up and down, especially if I played numerous rounds in a day. So I initially bought one of like the Zucca dynamic discs carts just to put my backpack in, and it worked great. But I like being able to sit, and during tournaments when there's a hold up, you might be behind a slower card, or during leagues, it's nice to have the seat. Now, some courses have benches, sometimes they're wet, so it's nice to have something like this. So going over the cart itself, it is the Ridge Roller R3. The difference between the R3 and the R1 is the R3 has a pocket underneath here for you to place items. They do sell an accessory that goes there that I ended up getting that is like almost looks like a little briefcase that goes in there that you can put other stuff in. Pens, pencils, fold up a couple pieces of clothing or towels or anything like that to put underneath. I don't actually use it that often. I thought I would. I tend to leave the pocket open just so I can stuff my hoodie or my jacket off if that's what I'm playing in that day. The top of it, I have obviously all my discs, my chalk bags, and all my main playing stuff. Now, as I built it, I'll enter the price. I don't remember what the actual price was. All right, let me actually look that up. All right, I wanted to grab my tablet so I could talk about the price of this bad boy. So that obviously is a big deterrent for a lot of people because unfortunately this is one of the more expensive carts out there, if not the most expensive. But I promise you, if you play enough, it is well worth it. I can't count how many friends that I have that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on discs to hang on their wall or just have stacks of, but they use this old ratty bag to drag around on the course and it's constantly falling over or having issues. So I highly recommend getting one of these instead, whether it's a ridge roller or a different cart. I'm very partial to this. I've kind of worked my way up through the cart lines, and I'm going to kind of explain to you why and try to, I know it sounds weird, but justify the cost of it. So this is the R3, and I did a custom build, so I get to pick all the colors. They allow you to pick the colors for the handle, the lid of the top itself, the main box, and then the base. I went with pink for the main box. I like pink discs. It's bright, it stands out, love it, and just did black everywhere else. There's so many different combinations and different colors that you can choose. Everything is hand built. It's all aluminum, so it's much lighter than you would expect, and it's heavy duty powder coated. I've beaten the crap out of this thing and put small dents in some areas, and the paint is still holding up without any chips or anything like that. So like I said, the R3 has this pouch, the R1 does not. Underneath or this like shelf area. The base price for the cart without any accessories is $555 currently. I added for accessories the seat top, which was $60. The disc divider that goes on the inside. Let's see, the disc divider is $10. On the back side, which I'll show you, there is a hydro flask or like a water bottle holder. That was $15. I added fenders. Let's see, fenders, which were $10. Those are on the side. And then the front powder pouch is $40. Underneath they have like a storage pouch, which I got, which was only $25. I don't really use it, so I wouldn't recommend it. So all in all, this came to just over $700 to have this built. That's a lot of money to drop on one of these, right? To be fair, pound bags are pretty expensive, and the custom ones get up there $500, $600, $700. So it comes down to how much do you play and how much comfort do you want, right? So I'm going to pick up the camera now, and I'm going to show you the stuff about the cart. We'll talk about the things I do like about it, the things I don't like about it, and maybe some things that can be improved. That being said, the owner of Ridge Roller is constantly doing small updates to make things better, to make it lighter, shed some weight. and to just make it more efficient. He's very good at taking feedback on the Facebook group page. So join that page if you're even thinking about it, just to see some ideas of what people are doing to their carts. Or if you have any questions, you can either put them in the comments below, or you can go on the Facebook page and ask them. People there are very friendly. This is almost like a weird cult following. If you have one of these carts and you see someone else in the course with it, you're going to walk up to them and you're going to talk to them about it and talk about each other's carts, because there's a lot of customization that can be done, both from them and kind of like aftermarket stuff. So let's get the camera. We'll work our way from the top down. So the top handle, this is normally unwrapped and there's just bare aluminum. It took a little bit of time to get used to because as you can see, it has this kind of like curve to it. But it's actually super functional when you're pulling the cart, because when it tilts over, that's the perfect flat spot. I just used some baseball bat grip tape here. It was bright pink. It's just dirty because obviously your hands get dirty when you play disc golf. They make all sorts of different accessories. Some people use handlebar grips from motorcycles or mountain bikes to put there. I just used, like I said, grip tape. If you wanted to be super fancy and you play in cold weather, you can probably get a heated grip for a motorcycle and just run a wire down and plug it into a battery. For a phone mount, I use a Ram X grip. This is the traditional size. It'll fit most phones. They make an XL. These are like $40 to $50 online. You can find them on Amazon. They make a ton of different accessories for them, for camera mounts, phone mounts, tablet mounts, whatever. And it just has a U-bolt that holds it to the top. A friend named Craig 3D prints accessories for these. So he made this little pink slide. It literally just slides over it and is just very, very tight. It allows you to clip towels or portable speakers to it, which is nice. I always have a towel there, and then if it's a casual round, there's usually a speaker. As we make our way down, this right here is actually a magnet. So when you lift up the lid to this, you can see there's another end of the magnet. It locks it and holds it up. And it's a pretty strong magnet. When you're walking around hitting bumps and rocks and roots, it still holds it up, which is nice. When I go in between stuff, or if it's raining, you just drop it down and all your discs stay dry the whole time. There's a lip on the top that covers the side so water does not get in. The seat cushion, I just opted for all black, but people have done all sorts of cool different wrappings and team logos and stuff like that on the top of it. Maybe at some point I'll get the channel logo on there. That'd be kind of a cool thing to do. On the back side, you can see this is the Hydro Flask pouch. I tend to put a plastic water bottle in it because when I put my Hydro Flask in a metal bottle, it bangs around and you could hear it making that like metal clanking sound when it's going over bumps, because when you tilt the cart, it hangs a little bit. The fenders on the side, those are just a cheap little upgrade. My other carts, I had issues with them where it would sling dirt and mud all over my bags that were on the carts, so I just got them for this, and it keeps the side of the cart itself clean, which is nice. And you'll see on the side here, there are cutouts on each side. Those are handles to help you lift it. As far as adjustments go, for the handle, it's a simple, just unscrew the knob, lift it up, it'll lock into place. There's one of those little like, what are they called? Push button locks. And then to take the main handle off, it's the same thing. You unscrew this, pull the push button, and the whole thing comes out. Makes it a lot easier to store in a car or a trunk of a small car. All right, so on the front, we have their like putter pouch. It's just an elastic here. It holds 2 to 3 putters. On the side, I just have a mini in here. You can probably put your phone in here, and there's a little zipper pocket as well. On the side of that, there's a place where you can keep a Sharpie, which I normally have a Sharpie, but I tend to lose them all the time because I loan them to people or I use them and leave them in my car. So in here, it's usually my wallet and my keys in the side pocket, and zip them up. Once we lift it up, you can see on the inside how I have my discs organized. There's plenty of room. These dividers are actually, there we go. These dividers are actually on Velcro, so you can move it back and forth to however many discs you have. I currently hold 22 discs total. 2 of them being the putters in the front pocket, 20 here. And then on the side is where I keep my extra stuff, like my chalk bags, and I have a knee brace in there, my extra towels, that kind of stuff. In the back or the front, depending on how you put the divider in, there are little side pockets and extra places to keep markers. Now this is something I did on the custom side of things. Underneath the lid, I bought 2 big 6-inch strips of Velcro and placed it there so I could put my patches there. A lot of people do stickers. I happen to like patches because I can move them back and forth and I change them out all the time. Currently just have my sponsors on there, and then 2 extra minis because I feel like every time I play around, someone forgets a mini. So at least I have it. Underneath, that's that storage shelf I was talking about. And that's it. So that's the main cart itself. So a couple things that I don't necessarily like or I think could be improved is in here when your discs are in this way. I have 2 putters here kind of preventing that from happening now, but they just slide back and forth. Probably can just get some sort of foam and put it, you know, down in this little pocket to hold the discs from sliding out. I throw an extra 2 discs in there and those kind of prevent them from sliding. So that could be an improvement. The front step or the front shelf, something I think would be good for it is putting some sort of door or latch here that has like a magnet or like a clip or something here. So if you do put stuff in here, maybe it's extra water bottles or something like that, you could lock it down, they could roll around and bounce in here, but they won't necessarily fall out. Hoodies and jackets stay in there without an issue, which is what I've been using it for, but it'd be nice to throw an extra water bottle or 2 in there for those really hot days. The other 2 things that I know other companies have done that you can get made are an umbrella holder. People 3D print umbrella holders that go on the handle, and then disc retrievers. They make disc retriever handles that kind of like clip to this and go along the back side of it. I don't know how many of you have water holes on your courses, but it's always good to have a disc retriever. And unfortunately, with the way this layout is in this cart, there's really nowhere to put it. So unless you buy that extra accessory, you're pretty much carrying it, or you have to like Velcro tape it or just tape it to the handle itself, which will work, it just won't look as good. Now, the benefits to this, it keeps your disc dry. That's a huge benefit. Last year, when I played a lot, I got stuck playing in rounds where it just downpoured and I couldn't keep stuff dry enough. I know with bags they have rain flies, but with this, the little top has a lip. It goes all the way around the top of the box and seals it off, so your discs always stay dry in there. You can keep your towels in there too. That part I absolutely love about that. The seat, I thought this was going to be like a pretty, like, I don't know, caveman style stiff seat to sit on, but this pad is super comfortable. It's waterproof, so if it is raining a little bit, you'll see like water bead up there. You could just hit it with a towel real quick and still sit down. So there's been times at tournaments where the benches are soaked and no one's sitting down and we're waiting for 15-20 minutes behind a really slow card. I pull out my towel, I wipe it down real quick, I get to sit down. Something else that's super useful, obviously the phone mount at the top. I have a clamp that clamps to the handle itself that will actually hold my DSLR camera for filming. This is great if you just want to film that one hole at your local course. You throw your phone up there or your camera up there. This is a built-in tripod. It's stable, you can move it around. The downside of this cart, obviously the price is up there. There's no way of hiding that. But I definitely think it's worth it for people that play more than, twice a month, more than that casual player. If you play tournaments, if your course is pretty flat, if you have any back issues from picking up and putting down your bag, especially if you like carrying a lot of discs, this is the way to go. Once you're walking around with this, you don't feel the weight at all. And it's much lighter than you think. I want to say it's like 11 to 14 pounds in that range. I'll edit the video and put that there. So it's a lot lighter than you think. You pull the handle off itself, and then you can grab the sides, you can put it in the trunk of your car, it'll fit there. All in all, it's a fantastic cart. It's held up now for a year for me, and like I said, I I beat the crap out of it. I'd like to say I take better care of my stuff, but when it comes to disc golf, this thing is taking some abuse, including one or two spills where it's fallen, or maybe a player has gotten a little frustrated and knocked it over by accident. You know, still no issues. The paint's holding up great. The wheels and tires are the foam enclosed ones, so you don't have to worry about it going flat. Everything works great. So I recommend that you take a look at them. I know it's not going to be for everybody given the price, but if you could even run across one of these in a used group, or if you have a couple collector's discs that maybe you want to sell, it'll make your life so much easier for playing. I know so many of you have discs at home, stacks of them that you don't throw anymore that maybe you could possibly sell. Or you could be, like I said earlier, one of those people that spends like $1,000+ on all these extra discs and you don't need them. Well, this you will use. It's a good investment. It's worth it. I can't say any major negatives about it, except for maybe the price, but it's worth it because it is well built. It's a quality cart, and it makes my life easier every time I go and play around with it. So I'll post some links below in the video. There'll be links to the foam mount that I use, the Etsy store where I got my towel hanger, and then obviously a link to a ridge roller. Play around with it. There's a configuring button on the site when you make a cart, and you can choose all the colors and see what you do. People do like sports teams. They do things. I saw like a Star Wars Stormtrooper one. There's so many different things you can do to make this cart unique to you. And I promise, if you're ever going around your course and it's a flat course, because you know you're not going to use it on a super hilly course, people are going to notice it. They're going to ask you questions. If you see someone else with the cart, they're going to come up to you, and you guys are going to like talk. It's like this cool, I don't know, club that you belong to. Everyone's super helpful on the group online. I've noticed that there's a couple big pros that use the carts. Ricky Wysocki had a silver one. I think it was silver and dark blue. He auctioned it off at the end of last year that he had used for a while. Joel Freeman uses the same brand, but uses it for his bag, and I think he puts his pound bag in it. His is lime green and purple, I think. It's definitely lime green. So they're out there. Take a look at them next time you can. If you have any questions, like I said, please put it in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. If not, at least join the Facebook group, because you can check out so much cool stuff there. And that's it. Thanks for watching. This is the Ridge Roller R3 cart that I use on a daily basis. I play probably about 3 or 4 rounds with this a week. My course, like I said, is primarily flat. It does fine on hills, but the major mountains I'd stick to a bag. That's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And hopefully the audio sounds good. I got wireless mics to hopefully get rid of some of the wind noise from some of the courses that are near highways. So hopefully the audio sounds good. And that's it. Thanks, everybody.